Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Gategully. Welcome back. Gategully is a Dwarf Fortress Let's Play by Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, who can sometimes say sentences without screwing up. But only sometimes. I'm in the middle of a mass dumping... that sounds rude. I'm in the middle of dumping all the things. And I eventually did manage to unpause the game, so well done me. Essentially, I have decided to not quite cheat would be a strong word, to actually use dfhack to issue a dump command on all scattered objects that are owned, or were owned, they're no longer owned, but everything that's owned and scattered, so it's on the floor, it's not in their inventory. They are owned objects, and they have wear on them, okay? Because those are objects that the dwarves don't like, that they drop them and get rid of them. And just designate those all to be dumped. So that is what is currently happening. So pretty much, if I do a search for dump, you can see I've got a lot of items. They've already dumped a whole bunch, so there's not that many left to go. They're going to squish them. But what I'm also going to do today's project is going to be minecarts, I think. We're going to see if this works. Yeah. So instead of, here I actually have a minecart, right? And it doesn't really do much of anything. It doesn't move, is the thing. And the idea is that every so often, this is a feeder stockpile. So logs get put here, so someone's just put a log in that stockpile. And someone will then come along, put these logs in this stockpile into this minecart. And then they'll effectively imagine that the minecart has moved to this stockpile here, and will drop it off. Now, this means that all the logs end up going, oh, for heaven's sake, I will keep forgetting that. The logs will all end up here. So I've got lots and lots and lots of logs, and they're all just kind of sitting in one place, instead of spread out all over the map. Right? I've got a lot of logs here. This is apparently a useful good thing. Right? Apart from everything else, it just means that they're not spread out over the map, and I know where they are. But apparently there are some frame rate considerations going on. So what I'm going to do here is I've got a stockpile here, which is another gathering stockpile, and I want to move things from here to here. And originally I had just set it up more or less naively. So essentially all that happens is that dwarves will occasionally come down here, pick a log, put it on here, and then it'll eventually get moved from here to here. But this here, you can't see it because it's now full of logs. This here is a stockpile, what is full of logs. And I can use a minecart to get from there to there quite quickly. Because they'll fill up the minecart with 5 logs, so 5 logs will move at a time. Assuming I don't completely balls this up, which is a fairly large assumption. Now this is probably going to be the simplest minecart track, because this is going to be a very, very simple, this is going to just be straight. I'm not going to go bendy or go around corners and things. So I'm going to build, I'm going to construct, and I'm going to build some track. Oh, interesting. So I've got to choose what kind of track I'm doing. So I'm doing track north. Yow. Okay. I'm going to make these out of logs because there are logs nearby. I don't know if there's a difference between track that goes north and track that goes south. Oh, I see. Right. I want north-south. Which I probably can't do right. Okay. Maybe I need to do this. Right, so let's get rid of all So I've already got confused, but that's fine. Let's get rid of all these. Let's get rid of... Oops, that's not what I want to do. No, 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 it doesn't matter. That's still a stockpile. That's still a stockpile, so I didn't know. I need to get rid of it anyway, so B, capital C, capital T. I want one of that one. Track north, which is the default. So I'm going to put track north here and make it out of logs. And then I'm going to put a track south here, make it out of logs. Now I'm going to want track north south, which I just went past. And this I can actually make in blocks, so I can actually make several of those. And then do the same again. Okay. That will obviously take some time and some carpentry. JMQ minecart. I'm pretty sure I've actually got a spare minecart, but I'm going to make that anyway. So basically, every time I want to make a minecart, every time I want to use a minecart, I always make one, so that I'll have a spare one for next time. Is the logic that I am going by? If I was underground and I just had stone, then I wouldn't need to construct this. I wouldn't need to construct these. I could just engrave them, designate, I think. Yeah, I can just carve track, but I can't carve track here because it's all horrible, horrible, nasty elf grass stuff, which obviously as a dwarf I do not understand or trust. Yeah, so I've got a few of these wood stockpiles, and it would be quite nice to kind of move them all such that they terminate here. So I can possibly make a minecart for this one. This stockpile up here. So we'll see how that goes. But obviously, you know, my dwarfy dwarves have got to all, you know, finish dumping everything in one place. They've got to dump all the manky socks. So that's cool. My aim, if I get to understand minecarts enough, is the hope is that I will be able to get items from here, from the surface, or from, you know, I've got some stockpiles which are only what, -7, but I've got things going on way down here at -130. Okay, so I mean I've got a smelter down here. Yeah. I'm just gonna cancel all those. I've got a smelter down here, which needs to be given ore, and so obviously it would be quite nice if I could somehow use minecarts to get ore down from the stockpiles on -7 all the way down to -130. And minecarts would seem to be a way of doing that. And also, I want to get the metal bars that get created. I want those to go from -130 to all the way back up. I mean, I might want to make workshops down there, so the iron bars get made into, you know, I make iron bars, make them into steel bars, and then I make the steel bars into steel things, like steel weapons and steel armor. But unless I'm going to move my entire fortress down to -130, I'm going to need to get the gear from -130 all the way up to -7. And yeah, minecarts would seem to be a reasonable way of doing that. So, I've still got about 8 idlers. I've only got about 8 idlers, so presumably the dumping jobs are busily getting allocated. And some of these items are going to be from fairly deep within the fortress. So what have we got here? We've got a masterpiece Gabbro earring. That's nice. So once everyone's stopped dumping things, then I should be able to get someone to do the actual track creation, and that will hopefully speed up the process of getting all these logs off the ground and into a single stockpile. I mean, and ideally, I want to then move things from that single stockpile into my actual fortress. But that's the next step. I'm being incredibly lax because I just have not had any invasions, so I'm very, very casual about having stuff on the surface and you know, not bothering too much, not having a really, really optimized get everything indoors kind of deal, which I probably should. Yeah. Yeah, I really should do something about that. There are a very large list of things that I could possibly do. I don't know if you can put stockpiles on bridges. It'd be quite nice if you could, because then I could have a stockpile on a retracting bridge, and the bridge retracts, and then there's a hole underneath, and then all the objects fall through. You can do that with dumping. You can dump into a pond or a pit. Or you declare that, like, I would make a hole that goes into the actual fortress, and I just declare that they all get dumped, and then they pick them up and chuck them down the hole. And underneath the hole is a stockpile. The problem then, of course, is that dwarves are going to stick their faces in the way and just get, you know, have things fall on their heads. And that probably won't be that funny. I personally think it would be quite funny, but, you know. Yeah. So, I do have a really enormous number of logs in that one area, which I really should move indoors. But you know, that is going to be a bit of a. It is going to involve a certain amount of work, because obviously, even if I create another quantum stockpile indoors, what I've gone and done is I've you know, there's a couple of thousand, well, not a couple of thousand, but there's that's not where I want it to be. There are 1,261 logs out, you know, and most of them I suspect are outside, and so eventually, even if I do gather, I may have like 1,000 logs under that, on that one cursor position, which then would have to be moved. You know, even if I do a cunning arrangement of minecarts, that has to go indoors somehow, preferably in a way that does not compromise my fortress. Although I'm beginning to understand that minecarts will basically go in straight lines until they meet an obstacle or a corner. So there may well be means of directing it. So I can go, like a minecart track will almost certainly go over this here bridge. This is my drawbridge that closes up and stops people from getting in. And so the minecart will just cheerfully go through that. As long as when it's down, it'll just go through that. I don't need to put a track down or anything. My understanding is minecart tracks don't actually do things like they don't keep a minecart on straight and narrow. As long as it's in contact with the ground, it'll just keep going. The problem will arise, or not the problem, but it only decides to change direction if it either hits an obstacle, flies through the air, or meets a corner piece of track, which is kind of interesting. So my first experiment is going to be just this straight bit of track, which people, as you can see, are actually constructing. And so this is essentially just the same as this quantum stockpile here. It's just that instead of a stationary minecart that doesn't actually go anywhere, it's going to be a minecart that actually does get filled up, does get moved, and does get dumped here. And the advantage is that I don't have to do 5 individual there aren't 5 individual move orders done in order to make this happen. In order to move there aren't 5 individual move orders from here to here to here. It's one, fill the minecart up and then push. So that should be enable. It should all get done quicker. Is the idea. So we're going to see how that goes. Still got only 7 idlers, so presumably dumping operations are still ongoing. Oh, that's okay then. Yeah, so I've got lots of things down here. Must find out. There must be some kind of tell me how many items are under the cursor kind of deals. There must be some way of doing that. It's probably something obvious that I should know, but I have forgotten or something. Maybe find that out. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit A to clear the chat, well, the message log. Say it again, watch the dwarves doing things. Must say, I'm quite pleased with... There we go, down, no, it's down one. Right, yeah, so these are going to be my stockpiles for down here is going to be where all my magma furnaces are going to be, and up here are going to be stockpiles, going to be things like possibly like dining rooms for the workers who are going to be down here. So I'm just going to make a very quick stockpile of stone. Well, actually, no. I should immediately make it a quantum stockpile. That is just going to make life a lot easier. Yeah. So it's going to be 6 by 2 by 3. So 6 here with 3 wheelbarrows. This one here is going to have no wheelbarrows and take from links only. And I'm going to change the settings so the stone will only take metal ores, and this will only take metal ores. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it for that. Then I need to go back and find the quantum stockpile stuff. Well, build, construct, track, stop, dump, south, and there's some grab nearby, so we use that. There you go. So there's nothing I can do about that until that gets done. So, dumpy dump. This will enable me to get rid of a certain number of junk items that aren't doing me any good. If I was a little more confident that I actually have enough spare clothing to clothe all the dwarves, because there's a DF hack. I did a DF hack command, which is basically saying get rid of all owned items, or designate for dumping all owned items that are scattered on the floor that have some wear. There's other ones where you can designate all items that have some wear, whether they are owned or whether they're in someone's inventory or not. So let's assign which ones should suspended. Yeah, so you can declare for dumping even stuff that they're wearing, which can be a problem if it turns out they don't have clothes to put on because they don't like being naked. So I'd have to make sure that I had enough clothes to put on everybody. So I'm not doing that just now because I'm not confident I have enough clothes. I'll want to do the occasional, dump all the owned and scattered items that have wear on them. Just do that on occasion, so as to get rid of just the stuff that's it's kind of clogging up the fortress and not doing anything. Yeah. And I mean the same can be said of all these logs. They are effectively clogging up my fortress. They're not in, not in my fortress, but they're in the world the fortress is simulating. They're just, they are taking up space. They're taking up memory. They are every so often declaring that they should be picked up, and that all just adds to the load that the game has to deal with. There is at least one theory where I should just nuke them all, and only keep a very very specific stockpile of like 100 or so logs. But I go through so many, and the elves just came on and said, "Don't cut down trees." And what have you got with you? Oh, he's grabbed some lunite ore from the surface. Oh lord. Dwarves, eh? See, that's another thing I might want to do is, set up a feeder stockpile up here. Find somewhere and then drop via minecart the ore somewhere, closer to where people actually get to be using it. I mean, I have to say, in the end, I'm probably going to want to move all of this. Like, I'll probably want to move all my metal production down to the magna forges. So yeah, all of these. Not so much. Yeah, these are all the smelters. All the metalsmith shops. I'm going to want to chuck all of that. Where's my cursor? I'm going to want to chuck all of those down south at -130 instead of -8, and move all the storage of the metal ores down south. One thing to call it, I guess, down south. That's all nicely put together. I've got one. Yeah, someone is dragging stuff up and down, making pig iron bars. So, I need to get charcoal down here. I need to get marble down here. I need to get all the ores down here, which is where everything is. Obviously the other option is to do a huge pump stack You know, I've found some lava, so pump stack, pump, 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 pump. But getting that amount of power is going to be, shall we say, entertaining. Entertaining at least. And that also is going to generate a lot of lag because water flows and liquid flows and lava flows. There's just a big. They take up a lot of processing power. So how my idle's getting on? I've gone up to about 12. I thought that might mean that the dump jobs were finishing, but perhaps not. Let's see. Snowstorm, so that's going to be some happy thoughts from dwarves. They're going to be going, great, snow. Fantastic. That's the best thing. Oops, someone's become a carpenter. What were they before, I wonder? Yeah, it's also possible that the dump jobs are in fact going away. Nope, more are being generated. Oh crap. I thought that the dump items, oh dear. This may be a while. I thought when I first saw it and there's only a page of dump jobs, that was it, but apparently not. More are being generated. Oh dear, I may have broken something. But on the plus side, surely that means that lots of stuff's will get squished in my fortress, and therefore go, and therefore atom smashing everything will in fact be a good thing. This is what I'm telling myself, what I'm desperately trying to believe. I think I might be deluding myself a little bit, just a little bit, but hey. Yeah, that's still ongoing. No one's built that square there yet. Don't know why, they're just being irritating. What's going on down here? Haven't engraved any slabs in a while. There are all these. Again, I really need to. I would be able to take this particular workshop, out of the management system because it's just going to clog up jobs that actually should go elsewhere. Because you can only get jobs from here that use these slabs here. So that's stupid. Ubisoft don't find bones, but then they do seem to find bones later on, so guess everything's right. Quick check of the bedrooms, it's fine. Do I have any spare coffins? No. I don't have spare coffins. Do I have spare coffins? I've got spare coffins, so we're okay for that. Always good to make sure that you have enough coffins to kill a certain number of your dwarves, because you almost certainly will. Lots of iron ore, lots of iron ore, it's all good. Bars of soap, I think I put my soapery bag on. Lots of leather and lots of cloth, okay, so that. So I've got tons of these. Must be all. Well, these are all tooths and hoofs and shells and things that actually aren't very useful. Yeah, workshops. Still good. Yeah, this is this is an alcohol store, because the alcohol store in the dining room is in fact full. Prepared meals going some of the stills stop working, which is very irritating. I'm probably madly, paranoid when it comes to that. Like, I've got 2,000 drinks. I'm probably doing alright. Another thing I'd love to be able to check very, very quickly is how many bedrooms have I got. I mean, I can go to Shift R and do a search, but I can only do a search because I've got DF hack. So, bed. So, I've got lots of them, but how do I find out, how many I've got? Quite nice to know, because obviously I ideally want approximately the same number of beds as I have dwarves. Very big room. There you go. Smoothing is coming along. I've stopped making blocks because I have a plethora at the moment. Yeah, I've got quite a few here. Look at all those. So that's all good. And I've got a rock stockpile, a rock quantum stockpile in here, which has many things in it. Again, I'd love to be able to find out exactly how many I've got there, but it's not going to tell me. In theory, I could make feeder stockpiles from here and do minecarts, mine tracks. But given that dwarves can actually use wheelbarrows with rocks, it's probably not quite so bad. Then I think it's just a big long trek down. Sorry, it's a sudden impromptu tour of the fortress. Yeah, this is where I've been mining my marble for fluxstone for making steel. I've currently blocked off the caverns. The caverns, I mean, there's an actual drawbridge which is open, but this is a locked door. So, I mean, the idea was to just completely... Oh, for heaven's sake. Why can't I just kick... It's a log. It's not like... neutronium or something. You can just kick it out the way. Oh, dwarves. So annoying. Yeah, so... blocked off the caverns, so although I'm mining... This is my lower mine for fluxstone. I'm trying to not break into the caverns. I mean, ideally I would like to be completely separate from the caverns. Apart from anything else, from frame rate issues, because if at any point the dwarves think that their path can take them through the caverns, like fucking there. Then every shot, the pathfinding algorithm will. Oh, good doors. Construct wall. How is that constructing a bed? Yeah, A, beasties can get in, and that's obviously a problem. But B, they will actually think that the pathfinding algorithm will just every so often go through the caverns because it thinks, well, the algorithm, the pathfinding algorithm, is not smart enough to be able to work out that it can't get that isn't going to get it where it wants to be. So that's an issue. Yeah, a bit of a long haul down here. Don't know why I'm doing it this way. This is suddenly occurred to me that this thing to do. So, that's right. This is a dog leg around this set of caverns. So that's the second layer of caverns. I floored this over, which I think I was waiting to happen. So that's good. And here we are down the bottom with the magazine. So here's somebody making pig iron bars. Which means because I have not set things up properly, they're going to be dragging everything up and down levels. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my cursor's where I think it is. B, H, no, H, no, H. So I'm going to make a new route, which we are going to make a stop. Define stop. X, X, X. Set desired items, going to be stone, but only economic walls. And we are going to make a new stockpile and going to go up. We're going to take from that stockpile. We hit P to do that. And somehow we named these things. So we'll find this minecart which isn't being used. There we go. No. I thought we could. That's fine. Remove condition, done that. New supplement, done that. New depart conditions, that's fine. I'm surprised I can't name these things. If there's a way of doing it, I've forgotten how to do it. It's possible it's somewhere around there. Oh, there we go. Oh, my cursor was over here, that was causing it. So my cursor was trying to tell me that there was galena underneath my cursor, mouse cursor. So there you go, that's the problem there. So nickname QSP. Okay, so that should, as soon as someone gets that as soon as someone gets the minecart and places it down there, that lower quantum stockpile should get done, and that should gather up lots. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hauling for people, unfortunately. If I ever get some idlers back again, if I ever get some, what the hell just happened? If I ever get any idlers back again, then that's interesting. So I'm sure the reason why I thought dumping was going to not take that long was that I hit page down and nothing happened, but then page down doesn't always seem to work. I've got lots of dumping to do. Okay, well, you know, my minecart track is coming along. It's almost finished, in fact. JM. Someone's good at the minecarts. I'm going to get around to doing that. That's fine. Yeah, I could probably put a halt on metal production for just a little bit. Don't need to do that right now. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of. I've got 386 iron bars, which is quite good. I've got 184 steel bars, which will keep me going for a while. And I've got lead bars and things. Pig iron bars I could do with more with, but then they all. I mean, pig iron bars are only for making into steel bars. So. I've got random things like I've got 61 copper bars from I don't know where. I think that's well. No, I do have malachite ore. That's where I got the copper bars from. Yeah, so I'm kind of okay with that. I might actually just start either making copper crafts for something to do. A couple of statues and things like that. Or just next. Oh, is my track completely done now? No. No. Oh, suspended. The track's not done, but what I noticed instead was that they weren't flashing, which means that they weren't. They don't have items on them, which means they can proceed. Is what I'm trying to say here. Right, I am going to, because I've got a lot of stuff to just kind of sit there and wait for them to do. I'm going to stop here, because I've got to go a whole bunch of dump jobs to finish up, and I want that minecart track made, and because I'm going to have to make and do an actual proper setting up of minecart, an actual proper route, instead of the fake route that you make for a quantum stockpile, an actual route. So that's a thing. What I'm going to have to do. Yes, because my log stockpile, I'm going to have to say, guide or push north when you are full of wood, and get pushed back when you are empty of wood, kind of deal. Right, so I do hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, please hit like. And if you like it a lot, hit subscribe if you haven't already. There should be a nice big button approximately here for you to do that with. That'd be kind. You can come over here and you can head over to our website, which is www.nearlyenoughdice.com, and we have a role-playing game themed podcast, blog, articles, and video game reviews, and other articles and links to articles that we like. So, in the meantime, I do hope you'll join me again next time, when hopefully I should get my minecart routes back up and running. Well, not back up and running, actually up and running. And maybe get some items down to some folks right down below. But until then, have yourselves a dwarfy day.